0.01, The Monster Within. Oh, there's that new kid. I think we should give her a chance. It's time to confront the monster within. Discover the hidden side that lurks in us all. Prepare to confront the monster within. At the end of this lesson, you will read an article and complete a multiple choice quiz about the implicit and explicit ideas it contains. Sometimes life does not go as planned. A family member makes fun of you. A friend acts differently and hurts your feelings. You do something impulsive and instantly regret it. Who's responsible for life's little detours? Blame the monster within. The monster is the unpredictable part of our personalities. It is the brief and beastly side that shows up uninvited and causes the unexpected. Let's take a look at where we encounter and what we can learn from the monster within. Advertisements that awaken the monster within. You're watching television, listening to the radio, or flipping through a magazine. You come across an advertisement. An impulse starts to stir. You want the product. You want it now. The monster within has awoken. Advertisers are experts at provoking action. They target our inner monster to convince us to purchase their products. If they are successful, we may even end up buying things we don't need. Sometimes messages in advertisements are explicit, directly expressed. Companies tell us exactly why we should buy their product. Other times, messages are implicit, indirectly suggested. Advertisers imply things without saying them. They make us want a product without directly telling us why. Take a look at these advertisements. One is explicit, one is implicit. Can you tell which is which? Select the card to reveal the answer and an explanation. The most beautiful thing on wheels, dollar for dollar, you can't beat a Pontiac. 1966 Pontiac Grand Prix, obviously. This is an explicit advertisement. It tells you word for word what the company wants you to know. It contains several explicit statements. The most beautiful thing on wheels. Dollar for dollar, you can't beat a Pontiac. A superb performer and a great value. This advertisement is implicit. This advertisement does not tell you anything about the car. The happy couple, the large home, and the use of color suggests happiness, wealth, and, quote, golden days for anyone who drives it. It implies that if you buy this car, you can have this kind of life, obviously. The pressure that pushes the monster within. Advertisers are not the only ones who influence the monster within. Our friends and peers talk us into things as well. We call this peer pressure. Sometimes peer pressure has positive consequences. Try out for the talent show with us. It'll be fun. Other times, it leads to poor choices. Someone could totally walk out of the store without paying for these shoes. Whether the pressure is expressed explicitly or implicitly, it challenges the monster within. Everyone wants to be accepted by others. We often become conflicted by what we need to do in order to fit in. The decisions we make in these situations bring out the best and worst in all of us. Read this article about a teenager's experience with peer pressure. Answer the questions about the implicit and explicit information the author shares. Erica's Story, Pressure to Pass by Regina Rinaldi. The life of a high school athlete is filled with pressure. Pressure to do well in class, pressure to win games, pressure to fit in with friends. The combination of all three led Erica Fleet into a tough situation during her junior year at Weston High School. The choice she made hurt her relationship with a teacher she admired. It prevented her from playing for the country basketball championship. It left her wondering who her true friends really were. A freshman basketball star in college now, Erica looks back at the events and explains how they unfolded. The author does not explicitly discuss Erica's choice, but she implies that the choice had a negative effect. Drag 3 sentences that implicitly suggest Erica's choice was a bad one and drop them in the box below. A look ahead at the monster within. Erica's story, Pressure to Pass, is a true account of someone battling the monster within. There are many fictional accounts as well. In this module, you will select and read a novel or a short story that features characters dealing with internal struggles. View the Module 5 reading guide to select the book or short story you would most like to read and get a copy as soon as possible. The reading guide will show how much you should read before each upcoming lesson. The guide will appear throughout the module to help you stay on track. Hint: print out the reading guide and use it as a bookmark. You will always know where your list is and what you should be reading. View the Module 5 reading guide. What do I need to read for this module? You will choose one of the following novels or short stories to read independently for this entire module. Scrolling will give you the choices of the novels, and then it will show you the 2 short stories that you have, The Strangers That Came to Town or To Build a Fire. Here is the Module 5 reading guide. Ideas can be implicit, expressed indirectly, authors and speakers imply things, and you must infer the meaning. Explicit, expressed directly, authors and speakers state things clearly. You don't need to guess the meaning. We want her to be on our math squad team. She is one of the smartest math students at school. What is my assignment for this lesson? Read the lesson. Finish the activities in the lesson. Optional step: reread Part 1 of Erica's story, Pressure to Pass by Regina Rinaldi. Go to assignment 5.01 and complete the quiz on implicit and explicit information. Submit the quiz.